All right, welcome back. So last video, I had an issue with my disk space. I was working on the hands-on project, and unfortunately, I ran out of a disk space because I have two disks on my system. One is both are actually pretty solid drives. They're M2 SSDs that go directly on the motherboard rather than through like a SATA cable or something like that. So they're good discs. The problem is one of them is only about 250 or so, 224 or so gigabytes, and the other one is a secondary disk. It's not where things are go by default. So the other one is 1 terabyte. I thought about buying a 2 terabyte. I should have bought a 2 terabyte. I kind of regret not buying a 2 terabyte. And I'll show the SSD that I have. So if you type in M2 SSD, um, uh, looks like we have one here. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. And this one is 2 terabytes, so that's a good deal. And it's on sale. But you know what? I realized that I had so this is the one I went with. It was just like $100, and 1 terabyte is like all the storage I thought I'd need. Um, 4 terabyte is kind of overkill, but I do have a so I do have this. So it's a Samsung. Um, yeah, so I have one of these. This cost okay, yeah. So this was kind of expensive, 229. It's a SSD. So if we do a duplicate here, we can go back and look at yeah. So this is what I bought before was a Samsung Evo. So for the same capacity of this, oh, but that's Samsung. This is Samsung as well, but it looks like it's a different one. Okay, so yeah, the four terabyte here would be 300. So for $100 less, I got a portable drive that was 4 terabytes. So I could do everything on there. It might be a little bit slower to uh, do certain things, but it should be fine, and I won't have to worry about space. Okay, so let's go straight to the AI, and let's do some prompting to see my setup. And we could let's just talk to it. That I find like prompt engineering. I'll go over prompt engineering in the book later on, but I find prompt engineering typically like if you I- if you go into using AI with the attitude that I want to create the perfect prompt, you've already lost because if you just think of it as prompt by prompt, you're going to give it one prompt. That's not the best way to use it, in my opinion. You want to build out the prompt over time, and you want the prompt to because remember when you say something to the AI, it's every time you reprompt it, it includes both the prompt you gave it and the output. So if you go into it thinking, "Oh, I'm going to give it the perfect prompt, the prompt for the ages. I read a whole book on prompt engineering. Here's my prompt." You already didn't give it a good prompt because it didn't include any of the output from the AI. So you could show that it wasn't getting right. You can show that back and forth and uh, get a better response there. So if you go into it with the idea that I'm going to give it the be all end all prompt to um, get the best response in the world, you're already losing because I think if you continuously prompt it, especially in light of what it says back to you and feeding that and building up a prompt over a series of prompts, I think you're much likely to get better outcomes. And that's basically what voice mode is. It does that automatically. So let's do that. Hey, are you familiar with the website Hugging Face?
Yes, Hugging Face is a popular platform for open source machine learning, especially natural language processing. They're known for their Transformers library, which provides pre-trained models for tasks like text classification, translation, and more. It's a great resource if you're working with language models or diving into AI. Are you exploring something specific there?
Yes, I am taking a course there. The name of the course is the AI Agents course.
That's great. The AI Agents course on Hugging Face is a fantastic way to deepen your understanding of how to build and interact with AI agents. How are you finding the course so far?
I'm finding the course good. I'm trying to stay up to date with the course. It's on a tight schedule. I'm already a day or so behind. So right now, what I'm doing is the hands-on exercise. I'm creating my first agent.
It's great that you're staying engaged with the course. Creating your first agent sounds exciting. Even if you're a bit behind, focusing on those hands-on exercises will really help solidify what you're learning. If you need any help or guidance with the exercise, feel free to ask.
Yeah, I need your help with me developing or setting up like an environment to work out of. So I tried doing the exercise, and the tool I was going to give the agent was the ability to translate a language, like an English sentence, to German using a local API that I download and run on my computer. Now the problem was my primary disk on my computer is very small. It's less than 250 gigabytes, and just through I've got video games on here. I make videos, so I've got like video library on here. Like it fills up fast. Now I do have a secondary disk, and doing that would have solved the problem. But I also dropped, kind of embarrassingly, uh, a couple $100 on a 4 terabyte solid state thumb drive. So I figure I might as well just get in the habit of using that because then for these development projects, if I want to take them over to like a friend's house and show like, hey, look, this cool development project, I can do it super easily using my thumb drive. It's like this is what the thumb drive is for, right? I might as well put it to use rather than just having it lay around in a drawer not being used.
Using your 4 terabyte thumb drive for development projects is a great idea, especially if it helps keep your primary disk from filling up. You can set up your development environment on the thumb drive by creating a virtual environment and installing your dependencies there. This way you can keep everything organized and portable. If you like, I can walk you through setting up a virtual environment on your thumb drive.
Yeah, walk me through that. So what's the first step?
Sure, the first step is to create a new directory on your thumb drive where you'll keep your project. Once you've done that, you'll need to open your command line, navigate to that directory, and then use a tool like venv to set up a virtual environment. Would you like detailed steps on how to do this?
I think I've done this before. So, okay, I created it. Now I'm going to create a folder. It's going to be agents course. Okay, and then I just make well, okay. Yeah, I think I should have it.
All right, sounds like you're on the right track. If you need any help or run into any issues, feel free to ask. Good luck with setting up your environment.
Okay, and that right there is prompting. Like that, this is a much better way to prompt because then this becomes part of the prompt, right? Because as the conversation goes on, each time you hit this send button, you're including the whole history of the conversation. So now I'm prompting it to know what Hugging Face is. Now I'm prompting it to know what agents are and what my goals are doing. I'm prompting it to know what I want. It's like my own words. Um, no matter how good you are at prompt engineering, are probably not as good as your own words in light of how the AI will respond. So okay, so yeah, so next, so I've got this open here on my disk. So I'm gonna go open in terminal. Okay, and then we'll do code dot like that. Yeah, and we're gonna trust all the authors. There we go. And now I've got it like that. Now the thing is, it is yeah, it's not running in. Let's run it out of my um, let's run it out of here. Yeah. Okay. So now it's running out of Windows Subsystem for Linux. So we have to open Docker desktop, make sure that engine is running, trust all the authors in the thumb drive. No containers are found, and that makes sense because it's not. Yeah. So okay. So now, unfortunately, I'll have to kind of start over with this, but I shouldn't run out of disk space this time. So we got a problem here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, never mind. This did not go so well. Interesting. All right. Well, you know what? You know where this is. So if we go to files, sorry. If we look at, let's go to containers up here, and then let's go to. So we've got ports right there. So local host. What does that mean? Well, it means like what disk does this write to? That's what I want to figure out. So let's go to view details and inspect. I think that should probably do it. But we can already see here we've got very little disk. We've got oh well, it looks like there's a lot of disk available. Anyway, I'm gonna get rid of this. Yeah, I'll remove it. Forget about it. Yeah, and then I'll even go in and delete the Hugging Face from before. So rm-rf Hugging Face. There we go. Forget about it. It's not necessary. Um, okay. So now let's go back to MMTE Hugging Face Agents course. Um, okay. Code dot there. Okay, and then we'll basically start from the beginning. And it will do everything on this disk rather than my primary disk. And I shouldn't run out of disk space as easy. Yep, so here we go. Slash MMT slash E Hugging Face Agents course. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go here to the first agents template. I'm going to click on this special thing here. We're going to say run locally, and we want to run it locally using Docker. All right, and now hopefully this will set up everything in this disk. But let's have a brief chat with ChatGPT about this and make sure everything is on the right track. Okay. Will this? So here's the deal. I have three storage drives on my system. The primary and but small, very small, 250 GB or so GB M2 SSD that contains the boot, the UETF boot partition, uh, a secondary 1 TB M2 SSD, a 4 TB high-speed thumb drive. Uh, in that screenshot, where is data being written to? If it's being written at all to disk number 1, then I have to stop it because there's no space there. How can I be sure and not left guessing that everything is going to be written to disk 3 by default without any uh, tricks or writing anywhere else unexpectedly? Yeah, and now it's not even working. I think that's because this Docker run is writing to the wrong disk. And this didn't even work either. It didn't do what I told it to. I told it to remove this container and it never did. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so see how it's the C drive? That's not going to work. Yeah, there we go. That's the answer. Apply and restart. Yeah, so that's good. Virtual Python, if using Python, I'm going to use a Docker container. Uh, right, right, exactly. Yeah, it's inside your Wassel distribution or on your Windows system drive, which is the one that's tenant space. Yeah, so I need to redirect it. Okay. Yeah, so that's the answer. So I can even stop this because it's doing it on the wrong disk. Yeah, and now it's just quitting out because it's out of the disk is dead. There's 55 megabits of free space on the disk, or megabytes. Okay, so I'm shutting down the Windows subsystem for Linux. That should free up quite a bit of space. Okay, it freed up 2 gigabytes, which is hardly any. Okay, so we have to. Okay, we can just take the whole thing and put it in. Oh, damn, let's do that. Okay, so you can move the whole thing over to another drive. Let's do that. So Wassel dash dash export. Let's export my Wassel uh, instance on disk 1 over boot disk 3. Let's not have any instances at all on my disk 1 since it's so small. Okay. Okay, identify my Wassel distribution name. Okay, export it, unregister it. Okay, so should work hopefully. So here we go. So we're gonna do this. There we go. So I've got a lot of different instances. I know that this one here I don't want anything to happen with, and this one is on my secondary disk that is large. These, I don't even know what these are all about. I can probably get rid of those. And this one I'm also using actively, so I can get rid of. I can do that. So let's export this to the drive. Okay. Then we'll unregister that, and that should take me. That should give me a lot of extra space on this drive. But this is going to take a few minutes, so I'll just be in the kitchen for a few minutes. I'll be able to talk on the mic while I'm in the kitchen. I'm just getting myself some ice here and another diet caffeine-free Coke. The only way to go when it comes to Coke. The next best thing is water.